Hello, everyone. Hello, 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 hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whichever part of the world you're watching us from. I'm very excited to do this today. If you are so familiar with what we do, you would know that every Sunday by this time we come up on this show to talk about strategies to help you, whether you are a business owner, whether you're a young person who is pursuing your academics. We want to ensure that you stay ahead of trends, you stay ahead of your competition, you stay ahead of your colleagues. And that's one competitive advantage that you have as an individual that's associated his or herself with Expaat. And so in Expaat, what we basically do is to help you, remain ahead with less efforts, with less cost, with less money. And it's our own way of giving out, a piece of ourselves to our communities, right? Giving out a piece of ourselves to our societies, giving out a piece of ourselves to young people. We are so passionate about young people, right? Because we know that every significant change that must happen in our nation, Nigeria, every significant change that must happen in emerging nations, wherever you are, every significant change that must happen, whichever continent you are, because the Expaat brand is an international brand. We have clients over 4 continents, and so every time we come up on stage to present all of these strategies, we ensure to put into perspective the diversity of our audience, right? Put into perspective the cultural, all the cultures we have represented in the Expaat audience. I beg your pardon, right? So, but today we have a very amazing conversation we're going to be having. Today we're going to be discussing on how you can secure your customers, right? So, as a business owner or someone who is about starting up, how are you able to attract customers with zero budget? One of the things that take a large portion, or like occupy a larger percentage of budgets for startups, for businesses, is marketing. Because of course, if you don't invest in your marketing, you would not get anything out of that marketing. But we want to give you a little trick. We've kept this strategy, this secret, for a while now, and we decided to say, let's find a way to dish out these strategies to our followers, to our audience, to our clients, to our customers, right? So we want to discuss how can you acquire customers with zero budget, right? With zero marketing budget. How can you acquire customers? And we have a very interesting guest with us. His name is Idowu Kudus. Idowu is the SEO and content marketing lead in Expaat. Idowu has over half a decade of experience, helping businesses to penetrate emerging markets, leveraging content marketing, leveraging content strategies and SEO. And it's a very great delight to have Idowu here today. And contrastingly, we had the last conversation we've had 2 conversations prior to now, and they were all Idowu. They were all Idowu. It reminds me of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. For those of us who are Nigerians, you could recall we used to have Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and we have an Idowu, managing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. So it's kind of coincidentally we've had 3 Idowus on our call, 3 Idowus on our talk show. But today we have Idowu Kudus, who is a content marketing strategy. He wants to hand you, right? You can't. These are things you pay $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 for. He wants to hand it to you for free. How can you leverage content marketing and SEO strategies for marketing for free? So we're going to be going for a very short break, and after that, we're going to have our guest speaker. Thank you. Yes, so
What is content marketing?
Oh gosh, that's the most difficult question of all, I think.
I don't think most companies really understand what it is.
It's something that will transform marketing more broadly over time and, well into the future.
Content marketing is everything. Content is the only thing that markets.
It's probably as old as human beings. The cave walls were the earliest Lascaux cave paintings, or you could call that content marketing. That's somebody trying to communicate something.
Any piece of communication that a company creates to drive a desired user action.
I typically think of it as connecting around utility or education, information, community, or entertainment even sometimes.
Content marketing is essentially a very good concept, but it's been badly misunderstood. Brands and branding are really an artifact of the 1960s, 70s, and 80s. That's when we had big mass media. Television dominated everything.
And subsequent development of a new industry called broadcasting.
Advertising came on, and what we did is we created commonality. In other words, the family next door saw the same television commercials that I saw.
You used to have an initial brand in the top of your mind immediately when you thought you needed something.
So it's been primarily about persuasion. That works really well when customers don't know very much.
Advertising was fabulous at getting our attention, right? This burst of disruption. And then what did it do with that attention? Absolutely nothing.
It used to be that you had to own a printing press or some other form of mass communication, like a broadcast TV station or a radio station, to reach an audience.
Obviously, content marketing has been around forever, but there's a whole new thing when content marketing collides with the internet and with digital.
If you pick up your cell phone, go to Google, punch in bicycle, how many citations do you think you'll get? Somewhere between 40 and 42 million.
And now that power came to brands, came to companies, came to individuals. That's a tremendous shift, right, in the way that you could produce information and reach audiences.
You will find it within your social streams. If you want to click it, you'll click it.
Ooh. Oh, conventional marketing smoke. Woo. Don't breathe this.
Content marketing is an opportunity for us to earn a seat at the table.
So the promise of social media and definitely content marketing is that we can speak to those audiences directly.
Content can be, our content as a brand or our customers' content as their thoughts on our brand.
I'm more likely to ask on Twitter or on Facebook or to ask my friends on social media than I am to just look at one source.
It's so much more powerful when our customers say the stories that we're trying to tell. So our job as content marketers half the time is to make sure that we're having a story go out there that we want told, and then backing it up with actions. The story has to match the actions. The brand, the story, the actions all have to go together, or our content is a waste of time.
The content business is the only part of this business that I can see credibly leading the new practice of advertising. And I'm moderately upset because not enough of us are trying to do it.
Interesting. So that was more like an interlude to, what content marketing is all about. So Idowu has been doing this for years. He wants to tell us how we can leverage content marketing and SEO strategy to get customers without spending a dime. I mean, one of the things that, or let's say one of the targets that most businesses have is how much can we, save in the course of operation, right? How much can we save in the course of operation? That's one thing that businesses are so passionate about. So, how efficient can we make our operations so much so that we can deliver the results with less? And this is what we want to learn today. And with us today, we have Idowu Kudus, who is going to be coming on board shortly. You're going to see Idowu on your screen immediately after this countdown. Yeah. So we have on our screen Idowu Kudus. Idowu is currently in an environment where it's not possible for him to share his screen, to share his video rather. So you might not be able to put a face to Idowu, but permit me to just share the graphics design so that just in case you want to follow Idowu on his pages, or maybe you want to reach out to him because he's a guru. You want to reach out to him to get more strategies on how you can leverage content marketing and SEO for your business. You could place a face to the name. So I'm going to share the graphics design shortly, but Idowu is not going to be putting on his video because of his current background. So this is the design. That's Idowu there. That's myself, Idowu Kudus, who is our guest speaker for today. So Idowu, can you hear me? Good afternoon.
Yes,
Idowu.
Good afternoon, sir.
Oh, afternoon, Idowu. How are you today?
Very well, thank you, sir.
Very well. Where are you joining us from? I know you are joining us from Nigeria because the last conversation we had someone from Spain, but I know you are joining us from Nigeria. So what state are you joining us from Nigeria?
Oyo State, sir.
Oh, Oyo. Interesting, Idowu. So Idowu, we have our audience who are young people who, some of them are about to start an organization, a venture. Some of them are already into business. Some of them are just career professionals, and they want to really understand how can they acquire, customers, leveraging content marketing strategies and SEO with zero or little marketing budget. So I don't know. I think you have the stage now. You could kickstart from here. And I'll put my eyes on the comment section. But before Idowu goes ahead, just in case you are joining us for the first time, do well to drop your location. Where are you joining us from? Which city, which country are you joining us from? We have the comment section there where we'll pick up your questions, pick up your comments, and feature them on the display, right? And then if you stick to the end, we have bonuses for you. Now remember, our last conversation, we talked about some of the opportunities we have in Expaat. So we have a lot of job opportunities that have not been filled, but then we've not formally communicated the job opportunities to the public. And so you want to do yourself good to subscribe to our channel to get notified when we announce those opportunities, so that you can become the first entrant to those opportunities that will be announced.
Good afternoon, everyone. Honestly, it's the if you want to have customers at zero cost, then the best thing for you as a business is to come up with a content marketing strategy. I believe that we are all aware of what content marketing is, so I don't need to be do more deliberation on that. So let me just talk about what SEO means to your business. The brief summary is that what SEO means to your business, the SEO content strategy you are using, the best SEO example you want to emphasize and take into consideration when you are doing, the SEO process, and the SEO monthly plan or yearly plan if you have one anyway. So these are the key fundamentals you need to watch out for if you are planning to go into content marketing strategy. So let me now start with what is SEO and what does it mean to my business. The basic summary of SEO is SEO simply means reference. Let me just put it like that, not to complicate it. Reference and being visible online. So you can make your business visible, you can make your brand visible, you can You can get reference from many sources, Wikipedia, EDU websites, business websites, and things like that. These people will only reference back to you if you have a solid content marketing strategy and they see you as an online resource. So that is what SEO means for you and your business. So you have to make yourself a resource. And what I mean by a resource is that somewhere people can come and find information to a particular problem and get it solved without your own intervention. Because these people will believe that if you actually can solve their problem with just a few writing on your blog website, on your page, why won't they pay you money to better help them address that problem or take it a step further by emulating that problem completely from their life? So that's just what SEO means for you and your business. Now, there are 3 core fundamentals to SEO. You have the on-page SEO, the technical SEO, and the off-page SEO. You might be hearing of these things several times, but the fundamental one that is very important for any business is on-page SEO. Then if you want to take it a step further, then you go about off-page before you now talk about the technical. Those technical and the on-page SEO usually comes first. Because when you are building websites, the technical SEO basically talk about your web speed, your site loading speed. And I think if it has not been changed, the current one that Google actually allow is 0.3 seconds. So you must have a website that is able to load and deliver within that particular frame of time. And let's take an example from TikTok. If you are searching a video on TikTok and that video is very boring, within a few seconds, you easily get bored and you switch to something else. So that's just how it goes. If your website is unable to deliver, and when I'm searching for a search query, I'm asking a question and your website is not able to deliver on time because you have heavy videos, or you pile your website with so many content that it's dead, or you are using a poor quality server, I will just go off to another, because there are so many other Google results that are there. Why will I waste my time bothering about your own website if others can give me what I want and as quickly as possible? So that's just how it goes. That is why technical SEO is very important. And number 2, the on-page SEO. This is where business fails. Most people just build websites, idea, inspiration, whatever that comes into you, and you just feel like, okay, I need to create a website. And you get it done. Voila. And you done like that without any core research into what your audience are looking for. We have an article that actually explains this better, how to dive into the mind of your customer, because you have to understand these things. These things will now give you the core foundation you need to build your website, and what kind of keywords, or let me just call them the search queries that your customers are looking for, that you want to embed into your page, because you don't want to be getting the wrong set of people. Imagine you now being a lawyer for divorce case, and you are getting cases of murder and let's say criminal law. That will keep giving you headache, because you have to change your specialty if you want to attend to those people, and you might not be very good at that field. So that's where some people actually get it wrong. They just build a website, and lucky enough, they were able to get traffic, but they are not attracting the right set of people, because they made that core fundamental mistake from the beginning with the keywords that they use to attach to their web pages. So you have to do a lot of research before that idea tend to manifest into reality. So the last one, which is very, very important, even more than technical SEO, because if you have a group of loyal followers, there are some people that are very patient, that no matter how, if your content pages doesn't deliver, as long as you deliver quality service and they trust your brand, they can keep coming to you. And how do you, pro tip now, if you want to get results very fast with SEO, because SEO is, I made mention of that in the beginning, I just want to elaborate on that. The SEO process, it's a very, very slow and boring process. I have to be honest and sincere with you. Anybody that is promising you quick results, quick fix, is just getting you what we call bot traffic. And once you get that for a while, your Google rating skies up. Those people are not actually audiences. They are just promoting your pages, maybe on their WhatsApp group, their audience list in general, and just get you that traffic. And as time goes on, the traffic will die down. So SEO is a slow process. It takes up to 6 months or a year before a website can even come to Google's first page. You can see how difficult that is. But with a well-balanced SEO strategy, you can fast forward that with off-page SEO. And where off-page SEO comes in is that if you have a very good following, that is where I said technical SEO can be kicked aside. If you have, like example now, you have a Telegram, a Facebook page of nothing less than 1,000 or 1,000,000 followers, and those people are very engaging with your whatever you post, maybe pictures or whatever, or videos. You might just attach a link and direct them to a website. Not just any link, a link that is relevant to that page, number one, solves a particular problem, number two, and actually the audience can benefit from it. So it must have those three criteria: relevant to that page, solve a particular problem, and the audience can benefit from it. So as long as you keep posting such things, people will definitely not mind your technical page speed, as long as they believe that they are getting value for what they are coming in for. Especially with free, we all like free things. You understand? So it's a general principle. We all like free things. So now, content strategy. Content strategy, as I said, if you want to, I have covered the three fundamentals of SEO, which is the technical, the off-page, and the on-page. Now, content marketing strategy for business success. Honestly, there is no one way around it. But what I can give you is the three things that people buy into the most. Number one, you are very honest and sincere about your blog post. If you are writing a blog post. Number two, don't hide your prices for your services. Don't hide it on your website, because if people are very skeptical to trust you, especially when you're online, this scam thing is a general occurrence everywhere. But if you are very honest and open about your prices, and they call you, they confirm, they saw that what is on the web page is what you are actually saying when they call you or they email you to verify. The people easily trust such brands. And number three, the last and the final one that is very important: be as open as possible and transparent as possible with your whatever you are doing, the process. Example now, you are in a shipping industry. You can give a list of the people that you've engaged in, your customer testimonies, how you go about your shipping process, what separates you from the rest. People tend to undervalue all these things, because it's not about you just promising you will deliver, but how do you deliver? Because that is when, we are in the age of information age now. People can easily catch your lie or catch your fallacy, that you don't know what you are talking about. But when you state out the process, okay, this is how we do our Facebook ads. A marketing agency now, this is how we do our Facebook ads. These are the prices. These are the tools we use. This is how we go about our research. It's not. If people feel if you share that, you are giving away your secret sauce, as they usually call it. But it's not so, because it's not everybody that comes to you that have time to go undergo that process. And why will I waste my time undergoing that process? Because I believe you are an expert. You have undergone that process several times without over. So what you practice over time, you begin to make progress with it. So definitely you become an expert in that field. So why will I now waste my own time doing the research and doing that? And if that person does the research, execute the process, and gets results, it's even better, because the trust will have already been solidified. The trust will already be there that, okay, this process actually gives results. So I can be rest assured that if I pay my money to these people, they will deliver even better than the result I got. So these are the core fundamentals when you are doing any blog post or whatever. I gave a quick preview on the PDF, your keyword research, your problem that you want to solve, and how to address those things. So I believe with all this now, you should be ready and sincere to get content out there. And let me just throw this out. It's not a must that you open up a website. There are so many other content avenues. Not all of us can be writers. You understand? You can be very good at audio. You can be very good at your video, and you can be very good at mixing or designing pictures. You understand? So build your audience, meet your audience where they are, and make it very convenient for them to reach you. Some people are not very fun. Like, if for example now, if you're a local tailor or fashion designer, as they call it, you want to have a good or strong presence on places like Pinterest and Instagram. You understand? So, but if you are into young adult stuff like that you find, like, let's say the age between 18 to 25, find very interesting, you definitely want to go into TikTok, Snapchat, and Instagram too. So these are the things you should put into consideration: your audience, your demography, when you are writing or when you are coming up with content. And content is not limited to just writing alone. There are blog posts, there's videos, there's pictures. So whatever medium or channel you use to distribute your content, just make sure it provides those three values I stated earlier. It's relevant, it solves a particular problem, and it's beneficial to that particular set of audience, that they find it very highly valuable, that they can easily, share it, give it out to family and friends member, and before you know, you've gone viral even without even realizing. So I believe this is everything I can.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Idowu. Thank you so much. That was a very wonderful one. Please, if you have your questions, do well to drop your questions if you do have your questions, because this is practical. I mean, you shouldn't join on the call, and that is one advantage you have when you join live sessions. So when you are watching the recorded version, you may have some questions that somehow maybe wasn't addressed in the video, right? And I mean, the questions just go that way. But when you join live session, you have the rare privilege to ask our guests questions, and he will address it. So just to do a summary, could you just please list out in just a minute, so for a business that wants to make zero, like you want to acquire customers with little or no budget, what are the key things they should look out for? What are the key things they should put in place? I want to acquire customers. Maybe I have very little budget, or I don't have at all, right? So what are the boxes to tick? What are the boxes to tick?
Thank you for that wonderful question, sir. Honestly, if it were me, I would start writing. But for others, as I said, there are other channels like video and pictures, and so basically you start writing for problem solving. And there's actually this thing people don't get. If you are a small brand, you have a very big advantage, especially with your location, that's your locality, and your niche. And what I mean by niche is the industry that you find yourself in. So you have a very huge advantage, because most of these big brands, they've solidified. That means they are not flexible as you are a small brand. They are not as flexible as you are when it comes to delivery, performance, customer engagement. You can see an example now. If you have a problem with your Facebook ads, if you reach out to the Facebook panel, it takes a while before they can respond to you. I don't know if anybody have ever encountered such a situation. Mostly if you reach out to big brands, despite that they have so many customers, customer people, is what they call them, customer representative that attend to you, it takes a lot of time before they get to you, because they have so many millions of messages a day that day. But if you're a small brand, you are working with a very small size of audience, you can easily, reach out and engage, and people like relationship. So what I would say is that
I'm trying to put out the summary for them. So one is they should provide solution with writing, right?
Yes. Okay, with video or content.
What is this? Huh?
With any kind of content. Second one should be, they should have a particular target audience in mind.
So now the writing, would they have to create a blog, a website, or
not necessarily. You can utilize Medium. I don't know if you know about Medium, or you can go to Quora. Yes. So those are places that you can find people that are very desperate about a particular problem, and you as an expert, you can start solving them. You understand? So you can just easily put a link to your bio of what you do, or your Facebook page or your LinkedIn page after the solution has been provided. And these people will visit you. And once they visit you, they will definitely reach out to you. So, but the best place to start as a writer is to go with Medium. But if you are into video, then you definitely want to be on YouTube.
Okay, so with that, you are saying they will get customers if they are able to solve problems leveraging Medium and YouTube.
Yes.
Okay, so which other way are there other things we need to?
You just have to, before you begin, what I will say is that whatever content you are putting out, let it be precise, accurate, and brief as much as possible. But when it comes to writing, you might not want to do that. You understand? Because you have to, in order for your content to rank higher, you need at least 1,000 keywords at the minimum. So, but if you are doing a video, not because people, there's these statistics, the average time a person can look at something before he or she gets distracted is up to 15 seconds. I don't know if it's lesser than that now. But at that 15 seconds, you want to create, if you are into video, you want to create something that is attention grabbing and solution intensive. So that's just the summary of it. And you can also start publicizing yourself. Maybe if you are using a WhatsApp business profile, you can start posting pictures of what you do. If you are in Nigeria, there are platforms like Gigi. It's not only for buying and selling. You can actually utilize those platforms in order to, they call them classify ads outside Nigeria at least. I just give a very strict example. Classify ads websites, there are so many of them outside like that. eBay classify ad, Craigslist, something like that. So if you are in the other part of the world, just find those places, especially that is very close to your locality. Post what you do there and provide a quick tip or a quick guide. Then link them to your profile or link them to probably a content that you've posted somewhere, e.g. Medium or other places, so that they can reach out to you there. After they digest such content, they will believe that, okay, this person is actually an expert. He or she knows what he's doing and they can satisfy my wants. So all these things in the end is that you are building trust. Without trust, there's no sale. Without trust, there's no conversion. So it's not just about proving you are expert. By linking them around your profile, it shows them you are very genuine about what you are doing. Because if you just post a blog post and just link them, that you don't even link them, they will start checking your profile. And once they start checking your profile, they don't see anything there, or they don't find you trustworthy enough, or they don't see multiple citations. We also have, if you're a student, you do research, the number of citations you have for your particular data shows how relevant and how authoritative that topic is. So I believe most of us are in the academic environment or has undergo the academic environment. So once you post stuff with a lot of citations about your bio, that's your link bio, people will actually take you more seriously than somebody just posting and just link them to a Facebook page.
Oh, great. Okay. So basically, the idea is that you need to solve problems. So whether you are doing it with writing or audio or video. So the most important thing is that you are solving problem, and then in addressing these problems, you are building trust. You are building loyalty, and you are attracting the right audience to you, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so for our listeners, so just before I ask Ido if he has any other thing to add to what he has just said as regarding acquiring customers for free. If you're just joining us, this is Expaat, and what we do is that we help you stay ahead as a young person who either maybe own a business or you own an organization or you are an academia. We help you stay ahead of trends, and just in case you want to have a deep insight into what we do well to visit www.expaat.co. So I come again with that, www.expaat, X for xylophone, the X that looks this way, EXPAAT then .co. Visit expaat.co to get deeper insight into what we do. But this is how we spend our Sundays, instead of going to probably maybe rest or cool off or go out. We decide to give off a piece of ourselves, to our communities and our society. And it is borderless. You could share it anywhere as much as possible. Share it with your communities, share it with your groups, share it with your networks. This is what we do to give back to the society. And today we are talking about how you can leverage content marketing and SEO to acquire customers for free with little or no budget. So it means that whether you have what I call the shoestring budget. So whether you have the shoestring budget or you do not have a budget at all, Idowu has itemized ways you can acquire customers for free and begin. So it's kind of a bootstrapping process for young business owners. We call it bootstrapping, where you necessarily maybe have not attracted any funder, you've not gotten any grant, and you want to launch those products, acquire customers from the market. So Idowu is saying we can leverage content marketing and SEO, and this is not just mere talk. He has done it. He has done it severally over the years, and he's known for leveraging content marketing and SEO to increase marketing portfolio of companies, and the content marketing and SEO lead at Expaat. So we've itemized all of those strategies you need to put in place to acquire customers for free. Why we are doing this? Because we understand that one of the strategies, or let's say one of the basic needs of businesses, is to reduce operational cost and reduce their capital expense. If you are just joining us, do well to watch the recorded version, because we're going to leave it here for a while. So in any of our pages on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on YouTube, we are streaming live on all of those platforms. Do well to watch the recording, and also subscribe to our channel if you haven't. I'm going to be dropping a bit of a summary of what Idowu discussed, but that doesn't capture in entirety what he has provided for us here today. Thank you so much, Idowu. Idowu, do you have any other thing to add to the content marketing SEO? I know you mentioned about off-page and on-page SEO and all of that. On-page, off-page SEO, technical SEO. If I can ask, or if I may ask, which of these SEO strategies would you advise upcoming startups to take advantage of, and how can they deploy that strategy? I know you mentioned on-page SEO, off-page SEO, and technical SEO. So which of these SEO strategies would you advise upcoming startups to take advantage of, and how can they take advantage of it? Because I know that for content marketing, especially the written content, your content is as useful as the SEO strategies that is weaved around your content. Yes. So which of them do you advise, and how can they deploy that strategy? Thank you.
Honestly, you can't. Let me start from what you stated earlier. Any other advice I would like to give out? What I would say is that SEO or brand building, audience building, everything like that online takes time. So it might be slow at first, but it progresses as time goes on. You might be getting zero traffic for like a few months or for months, but when you just click your first 100, in fact, Google tend to send congratulations emails. They tend to send it to you. So as time goes on, you build your traffic more. So, but the last thing I would like to talk about is that SEO strategies, you can't separate any of them. You can't separate any of them from each other. One cannot do without the other. So everything merges together to make a single unit. So everything, you can't separate a particular one from the other. Everything add together to make a single unit. So that's just the bitter truth about it.
Okay. Okay. So you're advising that both on-page SEO and off-page SEO and technical SEO should all be deployed as the startup owner.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you so much, Idowu. I don't know if you have any other advice for our young people. Do you have any advice for our young people? And please, if you have questions, I'm looking at the comment section. If you have questions, do well to drop your questions. I just dropped the summary now. Do well to drop questions if you have questions, and let's take it up from there. Do you have questions? If you don't have questions, I'm assuming that Idowu did justice to it. That's why there's no question. So, Idowu, do you have any concluding statements before we call it a day?
Before we end, let me just reestablish what I said earlier. Whatever you are doing, whether you are brand building, SEO, anything that comes with presence, building presence online, it takes time, effort, and you have to put in the work. So tools can help further the process. If you're into SEO, like Google Keyword Planner and other tools like that, just type in SEO tools on Google and you see a lot of them. So tools can help. Don't always watch out for trends. Employ new trends, new news, new strategies that you can find online. You don't know which one might be beneficial for you. And whatever you are doing, don't give up. Try any new strategy and see how it works. Because that's one of the beautiful things online. You can split test and test as much as possible to see what is working. So there's no one way absolute strategy. It's a free and open lane. Just try, keep trying. So, and it takes time. So that will be the few things I will add to it. Thank you, sir.
Wow, that's
me.
interesting. I think that's a very great takeaway for our audience. It's a very great takeaway, especially when you mention those tools, Google Planner and the rest, all those tools, because I know tools are very important for SEO. And I like the fact that you emphasize that it's not a rush in the park activity where you do it today and expect results tomorrow. It's an endurance kind of activity that you need to be patient to see the result of what you are implementing. Thank you, Idowu from Oyo State. Joining us from Oyo State is Idowu Kudus, who is our guest speaker today. Idowu has done justice to our topic today. Our topic is how to acquire customers, 10x your customers without marketing budget. I don't know. Well, if you would like to, do you like to maybe share? Do you have any past experience you like to share to motivate? Because the truth is this: sometimes when people get motivated and excited to say, "Oh wow, so I could get customers without paying a dime, without spending a dime in my marketing," and they get started. So in the middle of the way, when they begin to face obstacles and challenges, they might want to drop off and all of that. Do you have any experience to share as to how you've leveraged content marketing in the past or SEO in the past to maybe improve customers, improve marketing just in a minute or 2 minutes? Because wow.
Thank you, sir. What I would say will not be too lengthy anyway. So I would just say, number one, if it's possible, get a mentor. Number two, start reading books. Number three, try to associate with people that are on the same journey as you are. Once you have these three things in place, you tend to, when you are demotivated or you are not feeling like it, you can easily, you have your mentor you can reach out to, your community you can reach out to, or your books that you can reach out to, or it might even be a course that you might reach out to. So just those three things, once those three things are in place, and it really do wonders. And one of the best places you can get free advice or free mentorship is Twitter. Try to limit your attention to those jokes, comedy, whatever trend. Try to limit it to people that are actually in the industry performing. They tend to give you a lot of results, case studies that you can actually benefit from. So that's all I would like to add to everything you said earlier.
All right, thank you, Idowu, for coming on our stage. We really appreciate you for.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me.
Okay, yeah. So someone is asking if you can have a link. Adebayo Alabi. So Adebayo Alabi, I'm going to share you the YouTube link in a moment, so that you can share with your colleagues and your networks. Because it's important beyond just what we do in Expaat. Beyond what just we do in Expaat, right? We also we kind of attract employees. So it's not just so, and that's why you need to visit our website www.expaat. Maybe I should have it on our banner. Let me have it up there so that you can visit us, because it's important that you are not left out in what we are building, right? Because to have joined this call, you need to take advantage. You need to take advantage. So just give me a moment. I want to put that up the screen. Yeah. So visit us. Or rather, that's not it. This is not it. I'm trying to put
Okay,
the website.
thank you for having me, sir.
Just can you hear me? All right, so here is it. So thank you so much, Idowu, for joining. So visit us at www.expaat.co. Yeah, Idowu. So Idowu will be going off the stage. Thank you so much, Idowu. I guess he has some other things he wants to catch up with. So Idowu Kudus is the content marketing and SEO strategist at expaat.co. Idowu is our guest for today, who gave deep insights into how you can acquire 10x your customers, with zero marketing budget. And he listed out some of the tools, platforms, strategies you can deploy to make this happen. But the central, or to better put, this underlining point is that you need to be solution driven to be able to acquire customers with little or no budget. And he talked about how you'll be able to do that. Thank you, Idowu, and have a blessed Sunday. All right, so we've gradually come to the end of today's Expaat.co talk. So I just shared the link to our website. Do how to visit to know what we do, and look out for openings. There are some openings that have not yet been advertised formally, but within the company ecosystem, we are aware of those gaps, those talent gaps, and we're looking at filling up those talent gaps between November and December. So you want to do yourself good to maybe subscribe to our channel, or just keep in touch with us. Shoot a cold email to Expaat email, right? But when you subscribe, and you will be in touch, you'll be notified when we begin to recruit for those positions. So provided you have a business or writing background, you will do well in those positions, right? The exciting thing is that they are all remote roles. You don't need to appear in any physical location. You could work from your beside the swimming pool. You could work from your kitchen, from your toilet. You could work from a hut, from a desert, provided you have internet connection. You could work from anywhere you want to work from, right? That's one advantage of joining Expaat.co. If you have a friend who would need what we are doing here, what we're building here, kindly do well to share this link with them and invite them to join in the moving train. Thank you so much. My name is Emmanuel Ohanwe. I'm your host for today, and we do this every Sunday. It's not easy to do this. Okay, let me confess. It's not easy to do this, and partly because it's on Sunday, and our audience have always asked that we do it on weekends, because weekdays they are either engaged, they are at work or something, and so they want to feel relaxed listening to the Expaat talk.